Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we can finally say it. The second teaser trailer of Garten of Banban 9 has arrived. And this time, we really have a lot to talk about. After a full 4 months of waiting, and not the usual 2 months like it happened with the previous chapters, the second teaser trailer is finally here. In this video we are going to fully analyze the second teaser, trying to understand what they are really showing us and most importantly what they are hiding. Because as we know, Garten of Banban never releases trailers randomly. Every image, every detail, always has a precise meaning, or at least, that's what they have taught us so far. This second teaser is particularly interesting because it arrives at a very delicate moment in the saga. After the events of the latest chapters, the story has taken an increasingly dark and mysterious direction, and this trailer seems to want to give us more questions than answers. And that's exactly why today, we won't limit ourselves to a pure analysis, but we will also try to build some theories, connecting what we see with what we already know. Moreover, the fact that this teaser was released after such a long time could indicate a bigger, more ambitious chapter, or even something different from usual. Before getting into the actual analysis though, I ask you as always for a little support. If you enjoy the video, leave a like, because it helps the channel grow a lot, and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any videos, theories, or updates on Garten of Banban and other games. And of course, write in the comments your first impressions of this teaser, because I'm really curious to know what you think. That said, I think we can begin. Let's see the new teaser and let's analyze together it. Let's finally start with the actual analysis of the teaser trailer. But this time I want to do it differently, because we're starting right away from a very important screenshot and not from the beginning. One of those that, in my opinion, already says a lot about what awaits us in Garten of Banban 9. In this screenshot we can see Brushista's 3D model for the first time. Up until now, we only had partial information about this character. We had seen her represented in the mural, and most importantly, we had seen her tail, which immediately became a key element for many theories. But here the situation changes, because Brushista finally appears as a real character inside the game. Unfortunately, as often happens with Garten of Banban teasers, Brushista is shown only from behind, so we still don't have a complete view of her full design. We can't see her face. However, even without seeing her front side, we can already imagine quite well what she might look like, especially by putting together what we know from the mural and the other visual hints scattered throughout the official images. So even if the teaser doesn't openly show it to us, our imagination can already reconstruct a possible frontal version of Brushista. But there's another fundamental detail that, in my opinion, should absolutely not be underestimated, and that is the question of the character's size. Brushista, intended as an actual character, and appears for the first time at the end of chapter 8. In that moment, however, we don't see her body, we don't see her full figure, we only see her tail. And it is precisely from that tail that many of us, myself included, had drawn a theory. Brushista seemed to be a very large character. The tail looked gigantic, disproportionate, and gave the impression of a creature much bigger than the other mascots we've encountered so far. And yet, in this second teaser trailer, things seem to change. Looking at this screenshot, Brushista appears to have much more contained dimensions, basically in line with those of the other mascots in the series. She no longer seems like a colossal being. She no longer looks like a massive creature taking up half a room, but rather a character who could move through the environments just like the others. We can make a theory about it. What if Brushista is able to change her size? What if she has the ability to become bigger or smaller, depending on the situation? This would perfectly explain why in Chapter 8 her tail seemed to belong to a gigantic creature, while here, in the Banban 9 teaser, her body appears much more normal. Now, let's look at 3 more very important pieces of information. The first thing that immediately stands out involves Brushista. In the teaser, we see her approaching a book. On the cover, we can clearly read Syringion 101 to the Abyss. This book could contain notes about the experiments carried out by Syringion in the Abyss, maybe a sort of manual, diary, or collection of studies about what was done down there. The fact that she approaches the book could indicate that she is interested on the information hidden in this book. The second piece of information instead concerns Sir Dadadu. At the beginning of the teaser, we can clearly see him, and this is confirmation Sir Dadadu survived. But in this case, Sir Dadadu is holding a sword. Why does he have a sword? Sir Dadadu is already a very dangerous character by nature, so the fact that he is now armed could make him even stronger and more threatening than before. And finally, we come to the third piece of information, maybe the most mysterious of all. In the teaser, we see a figure sitting on a couch, but we can only see their legs. They are wearing pants and shoes, and at first glance, it could simply look like a human being. But as always, Garten of Banban teaches us that nothing is ever that simple. It could be a human or mascot wearing human clothes. But at the same time, we must remember a crucial detail of the lore. Not only mascots went down into the abyss, but also human beings. So, it's possible that this figure sitting on the couch is one of the humans who survived, a person who managed to stay alive in the abyss and who could now play a key role in the story of Chapter 9. If that's the case, this would open completely new scenarios. Now let's talk about a possible release date for Garten of Banban 9, even though it's important to clarify right away that we are entering the territory of theories and speculation. This time, the second teaser trailer was released 4 months after the first one, and not 2 months later as happened with previous chapters. This could mean 2 things. Either the development time has increased, maybe because this chapter is bigger or more complex than usual, or the Euphoric Brothers have simply decided to change their usual release pattern. If they continue to follow this new rhythm, it's possible that a third teaser could also be released after about 4 months. That would take us roughly to May. At that point, just like in previous cases, the game could be released 1 or 2 months after the last teaser, meaning potentially between June and July. Of course, remember, these are only analyses and theories based on the pattern that the Euphoric Brothers are currently. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. You are amazing. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.